Hello, I'm Beck. Welcome to my channel. Today we will be drawing something a little bit different. Yes, that's right. I'm going to be drawing my fur babies. So first we have Poppy. She's a Scottish fold and she was the firstborn, so she comes first. And then we have Panda, who's a Scottish shorthair, which is basically a Scottish fold except her ears didn't fold down. They're both from the same breeder. I wanted to adopt from the RSPCA, but I'm in a one-bedroom apartment, so I needed to be very confident that the temperament of my pets would be cohesive with the environment I was bringing them into. And Scottish folds are very well known for preferring smaller environments. They don't like to go outside. They prefer to be inside where it's cozy and sleep all day, basically. So they don't destroy the furniture. They do run around. They get the zoomies, but all pets do. And I love it when they get the zoomies, but it's usually maybe once every few days they'll run around like crazy, and the rest of the time they're just very snuggly and like to be on my lap or just getting little cuddles. Scottish fold and shorthairs are a very, very adorable breed. And I wanted the sketch to kind of get their different moods across, different temperaments, the sort of sister dynamic. Panda is a year younger than Poppy. They're from completely different litters, but they're sisters because they've got the same breeding daddies, and then also me, their mum, adopted mum. I really struggled to get the angle of Panda. Anyone who's ever tried to draw cats will know that it's a little bit impossible because like cats are very liquid. They can make their bodies do whatever, so when you're trying to draw them do a dynamic pose, they usually look wrong. It comes out, you sort of draw it and you're like, that doesn't look right. It looks like they've only got one leg, or you can't really tell what this appendage is doing or whatever. And at the end of the day, you just have to make do and hope that what you've done is conveying the pose that you're trying to make it look like they're doing. I think this one came out okay. I was focusing on getting the perspective right, and I think they look like they're in the scene together properly. The first sketch that you might have seen that I erased, it kind of looked like Panda was floating compared to where Poppy was sitting, which didn't really make sense. So now Poppy had a bit of an accident when she was a kitten where she fell off the balcony, and I'm a few stories up, so it was very scary at the time, and she has a permanent sort of spinal injury. She can still run around and jump and things like that, but at the time they thought she might even lose a leg. And as a result, she does have... Panda, okay. Beautiful example of cats. Panda just knocked over a cup of pens. What was I saying? Oh, that's right. So Poppy's a little bit more temperamental, I guess you'd say. She has, I think, maybe PTSD. She's very snuggly, but also she can get spooked very easily. So sometimes when you're cuddling her, she'll just like start to bite you or something like that, which guests don't really like, friends don't really like. I know her well enough that I can tell when her tail's getting twitchy, she's changing her moods, and I know to just leave her alone then. Basically like a person who's got anxiety or PTSD or something, you just need to be a little bit more aware of her needs. But as a result, she has resting cranky face, and I decided to draw her a little bit cranky because Panda's the little sister and she likes to annoy Poppy. And I wanted to draw them where Panda wants to play and Poppy just wants to be left alone, because that's very much the dynamic that these two usually have. Sometimes they'll play and they'll chase each other around together, but most of the time Panda is in a playful mood and Poppy just wants to have a little nap or just sit there and watch the world go by. Time to color. Now, when Panda was little, she was a lot paler than she grew to become. She looked a little bit more like a panda, but I did sort of name her because I thought it was funny and cute. Poppy, on the other hand, hasn't really changed much in terms of her coloring. Her patchiness is pretty consistent, like the dark grays, or blue as they call it in the cat world, is pretty much the same level of darkness. Some people, like in my family, thought that she got darker, but when I look at pictures of her as a kitten, it's the same level of darkness. The only difference really is her eyes are so bright orange now, and when she was a kitten they were more of a brownish amber rather than the vibrant color that you see now. I love her little pink nose. That was one of the things when I first contacted the breeders about. I had a dream where I had a kitten with a pink nose and so I asked them if they had a pink kitten, if they would let me adopt her, and they sent me a picture of Poppy being like, how's this one? And I was like, perfect, I love her so much. Of course this was conveyed in email, but I used a lot of exclamation points, I think. And with Panda, she was, I was following the breeder's Facebook page, and they sometimes post when someone has to pull out of an adoption for whatever reason, and Panda was one of those. So I've been thinking about getting Poppy a sister for a little while, and when I saw her photo, I knew this was the baby for us. But yeah, color-wise, Poppy is a tricolor, or I think it goes by calico as well, whereas Panda is a pointed color. Most people call it Burmese, but that's a breed. But with her coloring, it's just beautiful browns. She resembles more of a loaf of bread or latte in terms of coloring, and she does like to loaf it up pretty regularly. Poppy likes to do what I call gargoyling. She sort of goes on the edge of a table or a chair and she just like leans over the edge in a really awkward looking way that looks like a gargoyle. I think it's adorable. But yeah, getting the shading in, getting the colors to sort of approximate what these cats look like was a little bit more complicated than I anticipated. I think they came out really well though, and just adding some final touches to the lighting. Unlike my other pieces, I'm trying to keep this one a bit bright, so I didn't do the old shadowy side lighting dark background. Kept it bright and light because my babies are a source of joy to me and anyone who interacts with them. Wanted to emphasize the pose with a blue circle, but I decided to just do a light blue spotlight kind of circle, and this is them. These are my babies. Poppy and Panda. Do you have any little fur babies that you want to talk about in the comments? Feel free. I think we all think that our own babies are the best babies, but these really are. Just couldn't ask for a better pair of buddies, pair of pets. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and thumbs up to let me know you like the video. Thanks, bye!